Fortnite is one of the most popular games in the world, and it was created by Epic Games, one of the premier game studios in the world. Together, they've pulled in 350 million players and generated over $5 billion last year. But can crypto and Web3 recreate that success? After all, the metaverse and blockchain gaming is on the up and up. Well, if anyone is going to build the Web3 version of Fortnite, Gala Games would certainly be a contender. They are one of the top blockchain gaming studios after all, with one game already live. And what's interesting is that there's multiple ways you can get exposure to them, from running a node to buying their tokens, or even buying their NFTs. But should you though? Well, I did some diggings into Gala Games and I was quite surprised by what I found. There's a lot of things to be bullish about, of course, but it's not all rainbows and butterflies. And to understand why, we really have to go back to their origin story and take a look at their team. The CEO of Gala Games, Eric Schiermeier, was actually the co-founder of Zynga. You know, the massive game studio behind Farmville, Words with Friends, and a bunch of other popular games that you've probably played before. Well, he started Gala Games and brought over several of his teammates from Zynga. So this is a rockstar team, there's no doubt about it. And the track record of building games speaks for itself. So far they only have one game live and playable right now. It's called Townstar, and it's no surprise that it's a town building and farming game that's really similar to Farmville. The difference is that it's play to earn, so you can get their Townstar NFTs and their Town Coin too, both of which you can transfer outside their game and trade on a secondary marketplace. That's the big difference between these Web3 games and Web2 games like Fortnite. Because Fortnite also has their own digital currency called V-Bucks, but those are worthless outside of their own marketplace. Now, Townstar has had decent success so far, drawing over 1 million monthly active users and selling millions of dollars worth of their in-game NFTs. But their team is just getting started. Their mission statement is, quote, making blockchain games you'll actually want to play. So while Townstar came first, they have 8 other games in their pipeline that are currently under development. Some of them look really cool, like The Walking Dead Empires, which is based on the famous TV show, and Fortified, which is a tower defense type of game that I personally want to play. But if we zoom out a bit, I love their overall approach and philosophy. Because first, they're focused on building great games that we would play with or without a crypto component. Too many other blockchain games start with a crypto component and then throw a game on top of it. Those are the ones that turn out to be super boring and people wouldn't even play if they weren't getting paid for it. But also second, I think it's great that Gala Games is building a portfolio of games rather than just focusing on one game. Because Axie Infinity is taking the latter approach, and while they've had massive success so far, they do have to hope that their players don't get bored and move on to something else. Now, earlier I painted the picture that Gala Games was Web3, while Fortnite was Web2. But that's not entirely accurate, because decentralization is a spectrum, and Gala Games isn't fully on the Web3 side yet. I mean, their NFTs and tokens are on the Ethereum and BSC blockchain, and they have 2 types of nodes that users can run, founders nodes and game nodes. But to be honest, those nodes don't really do that much right now. They are supposed to be for securing the network and securing the game, but right now it's more like a way for the team to raise money by selling licenses to run these nodes. And of course, running these nodes do give you bonuses for like NFTs and tokens, but those nodes don't really do anything significant for the network, such as host content, authenticate game items, things like that. The plan is for them to do that in the future once the Gala chain is live, but that's not ready yet, and we don't really know when it'll happen. That's because Gala Games is quite unique in that they don't have a white paper nor a roadmap or anything like that. So it's really hard to figure out their future plans, and I found that out firsthand when doing my research. I was looking for details such as what their nodes will be used for, when their blockchain will decentralize, and I couldn't find the answers to any of those questions. They do have some documentation on their website and blog, but it's really high level and doesn't include the details I was seeking. Now, what we do know is that they have games, they have nodes, and they have an upcoming blockchain. But the last piece of the puzzle is their tokens. Now, before we get to that, a quick shout out to our video sponsors, SX Network. They're the world's first layer 2 blockchain built on Polygon, and that gives them even lower fees than Polygon itself. They're actually tailor-made for DeFi, NFT, and betting apps. But what's special about their blockchain network is that they have an on-chain treasury and their own native predictions market protocol. They also have their own token called SX, and it's used for governance, staking, and paying transaction fees on their network. It's already listed on a bunch of different exchanges like Bitfinex, Uniswap, ApeSwap, etc. And on IDEX, you can farm the SX USDC pair with a 3x multiplier. Now, their founding team is actually the same team that built the popular SportX betting platform, which has already done over $100 million in volume. But existing blockchain networks couldn't handle all of their activity, so they had to build their own, and that's how SX Network was born. If you want to check out their growing ecosystem and learn more, go use my link down below. Alright, so Gala Games has two types of token. Their own Gala token for the broader ecosystem, and also tokens for each of their games, such as Towncoin for their Townstar game. In terms of the Gala token, there's a handful of use cases. You can use it to purchase in-game NFTs as well as their node licenses. You can also stake it for something called Gala Power, which dictates how much play-to-earn rewards you get. And in the future, it will also be used to pay for transaction fees on their Gala chain. What's really interesting is that the Gala token has never been available for sale directly from the team, which means they never did an ICO nor a token sale with it. Instead, it is constantly emitted to the network to people who run founders nodes, and also part of the emission goes to a fund controlled by the team. As for the Towncoin, that is just for the Townstar game. You earn it by playing their game or by running their game-specific node. And the plan is for Towncoins to be used for purchases and upgrades within the game. I expect all of their future games to have their own tokens, which will be used for incentives in some way, shape, or form. Here's the thing though, it is true that they never had an ICO or token sale, but they did raise plenty of money through other means, like selling licenses for their 50,000 founders nodes, and selling NFTs for their games that haven't been released yet. I'm actually not a fan of that approach at all, because people are buying these NFTs for unfinished games, which is really a vague promise of the future. If you look at the standard development cycle for these games, they usually take years to finish, and we don't even know if it will be delivered properly, or if they'll be like, actually, change your plans, not gonna do it anymore, halfway through the process. There's so many blockchain games taking this similar approach of selling NFTs pre-launch, and most of them just look like disgusting cash grabs to me, like the infamous Pixelmon, which raised $70 million by promising amazing gameplay and these sick characters, but turning around and delivering this junk instead. So while the Gala Games team may be super vocal and proud of never doing an ICO, I'm not sure their approach is any better for the community. But even just beyond ethics, I'm not sure I like the investment prospects of any of their offerings. Like their nodes, their tokens, their NFTs, there's so many ways to get exposure to them. But if you ask me if any of them are enticing, I'd have to say no as of right now. A lot of people think of these as investments where they can earn passive income from the token rewards, but the team has stated multiple times that income is not guaranteed and that this should not be considered as an investment. Now, I get why they do that so they can stay safe in the eyes of regulators, but that doesn't give me a lot of confidence in spending over $50,000 on a license for one of these nodes. If you buy one, it's going to take a while before you'll recoup your initial investment, and something may change before you get to that point. This isn't just speculation, by the way. It's actually happened before in the Gala world. Like for their Miranda's game, they were touting some extremely scarce NFTs to their community, like some dragon NFT that many people wanted. But then the team upped the number of those dragons to 10 choices from the team that seem to only benefit them. I would personally stay away from the NFTs at least until the games come out and we have a better idea of what we're getting. And lastly, the Gala tokens. There's several issues I see for those. First, there's pretty high inflation, given that just 14% of the total supply is circulating right now, and they're releasing 17 million new tokens every day. Second, none of its current use cases are that special either. Like for the Gala store, you don't even need Gala tokens to buy items there. You can use a bunch of other crypto coins as well. And in terms of staking for Gala Power, you can use Towncoin for that purpose. So my whole point here is that the value captured by these Gala tokens seems to be lacking. And maybe that explains why its market cap dropped from around $5 billion to around $1.5 billion during the correction. Their valuation definitely seemed way too high back then and seemed like it was driven by speculation and FOMO. But the question now is whether it's properly priced or if it's still too high and deserves to drop more. Games will build the Web3 version of Fortnite. I think they do have the best chance to do so out of all the players in the blockchain gaming space. But that doesn't mean I would invest in them, because I currently don't see anything that they offer as being enticing opportunities. I'm not a fan of their NFTs, I'm not a fan of their nodes, nor their tokens as well. For all the reasons I shared. As an investor, I gotta say, I'm out. By the way, if you're super into this metaverse and blockchain gaming stuff, be sure to watch this live stream I did with Spencer. He's honestly the best blockchain gaming analyst I know in the entire space. So give that one a watch, even though it is